Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday and happy Halloween. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I have just returned from the theater, and it was lovely. Super duper great show. Spooky. There were some jump scares. There was a banshee. There was a gypsy. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. What is this? This dent is so persistent, man. I gotta really gotta manhandle the beard. I gotta get some sculpting gel or something. It's freaking me out. Yeah, it won't go away. Alright, anyways, we're getting distracted already. What's going on, Giovanni? Guys, don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Like I said, happy Friday, happy Halloween. For those that celebrate, for those that don't, happy Friday. Let's get ready to it. Bitcoin, doing its Bitcoin thing. Currently chilling at 110.28 and 69 cents. This is the highest Halloween close Bitcoin has ever had, which is pretty cool. Obviously, there's not going to be a daily close contest tonight, but we can still click through some charts, chill a little bit. Any coins or stocks or anything that you guys want to look at, let me know. I will happily pull them up. It's gonna be a casual show tonight. Same with tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be the same situation, but I'm not gonna skip. I refuse to skip a day. We never take days off. Crypto doesn't take days off, and neither do we. Bitcoin dominance, 59.91, rejecting 60 again. Now, I will say, much akin to tapping the downside several times, and then eventually breaking to the downside, the upside is the same situation. So far, we've tapped 60 quite a few times. We've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4 consistent on the 4 hour. On the daily, maybe 1 or 2 if we're lucky. But I'm concerned that it's going to break to the upside. That's, I guess, the biggest situation. The biggest story tonight is JJ is concerned that Bitcoin dominance is going to break to the upside. Not for my bags, but for Ben Cowan's ego. I'm afraid if it grows any larger, it may become fatal. Yeah, 59.92. We got another rejection. It is bouncing off of the moving average on the RSI. We do have an unconfirmed red dot on Market Cipher. Last time we had a confirmed red dot, we did get a little baby downtrend. So let's see if we can get another one of those and hopefully break out of the ascending channel, because ascending channels are bearish, and a break to the downside would be bullish for altcoins. ETH closed around 3,800, 3,900. Not too bad. We got a green dot on the momentum wave, bullish cross over the moving average, set up for a decent weekend potential. What we forgot to do is refresh our liquidation heat map and see where Bitcoin lies. We've got, actually, this looks pretty weird for weekend liquidity. That looks much better. Okay, that makes more sense. So 12 hour, we got 108.966. Here we go, 108, nope, 108.966. And then we've got, I'm going to go, I guess, to this big guy right here, 108.561. And then up top, we've got 110, 748. Oops, 748. And the tippy top of that one, we've got, I'm going to go, I guess I'll go right here, 111, 154. All right. We got Blue Jays, we got Dodgers, everybody's in the chat today. How about JJ? Let's go JJ's. JJ's to Game 7. It's probably the most pretentious thing I've ever said. Interestingly enough, whatever this retrace guess was has hit not once, but twice, pretty much. So if we bounce off of that, that would be really cool. We do still have the 786 from 74.5, according to some random stranger who stopped by the stream. I think he showed up like 2 or 3 days in a row, and then he never showed up again. Never heard from him. Whoever that magnificent stranger is, I appreciate you, because this line may become very relevant very soon. Now, the Bitcoin fractal that we have here, I'm assuming is a weekly fractal. Yes, that must be true. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, this shows us going down to like 88 or no, like 90 grand, which would most definitely destroy altcoins. I think the only thing, see, I want to say the only thing that we have going for us is these nice buy wicks. Like, we got some bullish news, I suppose, too. I don't think that market structure really cares for bullish news, though. If it's going to do this, it's going to do this. And so far, it's pretty consistently done this. I could also, if you tilt your head a little bit, do one of these. You got a fugly head and shoulder versus the previous just double top, the MW setup. This is a head and shoulder, and then maybe you get your W on it. Who knows? Who knows? This fractal, funnily enough, is literally just this exact same move. So maybe it doesn't happen. It'd be cool if it didn't. But looks like it kind of wants to. I will say, the other possible bullish thing that we have going for us here is that our RSI, where we're at, is almost similar. Pretty dang close. We're at like 50 right here. Down here, we're at 42. So, I mean, on the weekly, 8 is a big difference on the RSI, on the weekly specifically. But I don't think it's this big of a difference. You know what I mean? So, we got that going for us. My bear market guesses are 90K for high bear market for Bitcoin. And the low is 69. I feel like Bitcoin pretty consistently hits the previous high when it goes into a bear market. So that would be 69K. Solana's a little red right now. Let's go to the 4-hour. Solana ETF still popping. We seem to be finding relatively decent support at 184. We got a nice bounce. After yesterday, immediately after stream, everything just popped right back up, which is quite comical because you know everyone was freaking out and selling, you know, dumping their bags and calling it quits. And that's exactly when the market's going to go crazy. We didn't quite get the tweezer bottom that we had previously gotten that really sent us. Like, these reactions are pretty great. This one was not a tweezer bottom, so you can see the difference there. More 45-degree angle versus more. So I suppose we can possibly expect another 45 out of this guy. At least for now. Seems pretty consistent. I'm going to leave that there, actually. I like that. So is Solana, here, I'm going to put this here. 195. I'm going to put JJ's next target from October 31st, 2025. We'll see if that bad boy hits. That'll be pretty cool. And that's on a 4-hour. So it shouldn't take too long. How long did this take? Probably take the same amount of time. 2 days and 20 hours. So if you count that other 4-hour, that's 3 days. So I'm going to guess 3 days. 3 days right here. So I'm going to guess that this is going to hit on November 2nd, on Sunday. I think it's going to hit on Sunday. Estimated hit on Sunday, November 2nd. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty easy. Not gonna lie. Like, if it's actually this easy, should we trade this? Maybe we should trade this. I will not make a decision right now. Total 3 is chilling at 1 trillion, which is great. Oddly enough, we made a new fractal yesterday. I don't remember even where we pulled it from, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, yeah, I knew that this was the same. So all we did was we pulled a little bit further back on our fractal, which I think is just this chunk right here. Originally it was just this, and now we've added that part to it. And so far, the new one, the modified fractal, is pretty dang close. Look at that. Look at how close that is to the actual price action that's played out. So again, you know, the original one was kind of a meme. This one working out pretty good. If it is to be believed, though, unfortunately, we are looking for my 925 retracement at the very least. Just based on the fractal specifically. And yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock into the fractal because it's literally just a guess right now. It's complete fantasy. We've pulled it. Thank you, babe.
Sure if you wanted that.
No, you can just dump it out. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Yeah. So we pulled the fractal because it looks like it could play out, and the similarities are just that. You know, it's a gigantic market cap of all of the altcoins put together, so it's kind of an easy guessing game. So it's just an idea, concept. If we break above 1 trillion and stay above it, that would be even better. I would honestly love this to just chop and then send it. Maybe that would suck so bad. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I would prefer the drop. The drop, chop, and then explosion. Regardless, if it is going to drop, it's going to drop according to the fractal by Friday. So we'll see. We'll see what plays out. ADA is up 0.25% since the daily close. My bounce target is 58. That is from this month, which is the last day of October 31st. Or it's the last day of October. Happy Halloween, everyone, by the way. Happy Halloween. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here late night. Chill. Not a whole lot going on. 61.09 current price. Can we stay above 60? Would be ideal. If we lose it, we're probably looking at 50, which sucks, but what are you going to do? SNEK is up 0.49 since the daily close as well, currently sitting at 23.24. It did look like it was going to recover the other day. I was still holding out the belief that we're going to hit 20, and that's exactly where we're going. I said if we lose 30, we're hitting 20. We've lost 30, we're probably hitting 20. Not going to lie. When we do, I'm probably going to buy like a maniac because I am a delusional SNEK maxi. So do with that information what you will. It's interesting to watch the difference between the 15-minute and the 4-hour on all of these assets. So I'm gonna skip ahead. Avalanche is up 1.15% on the day since the daily close. Getting a nice bounce off of 1756. Currently looking like it's breaking above 1828. Can we get to 19 next would be awesome. And even better, 20. We did get a bullish cross over the moving average on the RSI. We also got a green dot on the momentum wave on Market Cipher. Both of which, well, I mean, we got oversold and then green dot. So oversold, green dot, oversold. Looks good. Trying to see if you can catch the market rip. I feel it too, brother. Oh, I'm almost fully exposed right now. What's nice is I have money coming in. The fiat mines are churning, and I got a decent chunk of change coming in. It would be my luck that the market is going to rip before I receive said money. Now, if that does happen, like I said, I'm exposed. I just happen to have a good chunk coming in outside of what I normally have. So it would literally be poetry, I guess, if I didn't get the chance to deploy that before the rip. But I do believe that we are in store for some fun, for sure. Chainlink. Ooh, see, Chainlink did a little fake out below its upper trend line. It's back above it now, sitting at 1730. Can we break above 1750 and then continue to the upside? Probably a lot of bears trapped in that. Everyone was so bearish last night. It was pretty palpable, I would like to point out. Now, Chainlink, what's really crazy is the Chainlink fractal is really doing well. And it's got moments of decoupling. But for whatever reason on the 4-hour, it's been like following to a T. And again, I'm not a fractal gospel. I do consider myself the fractal Farquaad. But that's for the meme. And I do enjoy a good fractal. The fractal makes it so that I can be lazy and just kind of rely on it. And then when it doesn't work, I can just be like, well, that's because it's a fractal. Which is also lazy. So the pure laziness aspect of it is very attractive to me. Grimman Core said, hell yeah, brother. I had it happen to me once. Almost passed out. LOL, right? For real. Okay. Near and Pengu looking relatively decent in the green, just with single digit gains, but the charts I guess the charts could be better. Fartcoin, pun intended, probably when we do recover, gonna rip. So I might just buy some of this just to accumulate over time. Silver. Silver's still looking like the structure, the bullish bounce structure is still intact. We do got kind of an inverse head and shoulder thing going on here as well. It did break bullish above that. And we might be retesting right now that neckline, which would be pretty sweet. Now, having said that, we do also have the possibility of this being the structure. And we are maybe about to form that right shoulder. So keep that in mind as well. What's interesting here is seeing the volume drop off. So we had an increase in volume leading into this pump, and now it's dropping off again. That's interesting to watch. You can look at the concentration on Market Cipher. See how bullish this has been since, I guess, August. We've just been at the top half of Market Cipher this entire time. This whole time, top half bullish, crazy. Now we finally got some cross into bearish territory, and that came, which is crazy, with a confirmed green dot push to the upside on the 4-hour. So the possibility of a continued bullish trend is definitely strong. Gold also looking good. We got the M, we got the big W, we got some smaller ones. I don't know, you could probably sell this as an M, sell this as a W. Does look like it might potentially retrace a little bit more, but that could be a fake out. There's a million different ways you can frame it. So far though, the bullish divergence is still in play, and we are dancing above the moving average on the RSI. Green dots playing out. We do got a red dot right now, which is still in play. We'll see what that turns into, but it looks good. It looks good for a potential rebound. DXY is also continuing to the upside, which is also correlating with, I guess, the altcoin suffrage, which is interesting. We'll see if eventually if it rejects up here at like 106.5 or 107. Strategy up 5.87 since from Friday. 270 and 30 cents. The fact that this broke below 300 and it's consistently stayed and rejected 300 is bearish to me. But it could be a fake out. If it was a fake out, that would be ideal. Get above 300 and continue. That's what I would want to see. We do have a confirmed green dot. That's new. Confirmed green dot on the 4-hour time frame with this nice green candle. It's a 5.92% candle. Very nice. So we'll see what comes of that. Could be bullish. NASDAQ closed looking like an M. S&P closed pretty solid. And back to Bitcoin. We are chilling. 110, 163 and 5 cents. Looks like we might be in for a little late night Halloween rip. It is about to be November, which could be interesting. Could be very interesting. We got some news articles. Strike Finance, 5th in the world. Sham, the lead guy at Strike, the creator, he said we'll be at top 5 in many different categories next year. Revenue, users, transactions. Bookmark this. So the original post that he shared, Strike Finance, just in out of the top 1,500 tokens globally, we've been the 5th best performing crypto asset in the world, up over 1,400% year to date. Source: CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Greyman Core said, "Good night, brother. Enjoy. Take it easy, Greyman Core. Appreciate you for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the like button. Happy Halloween. Happy Friday. Good night, my friend. Cheers." Oh, delicious. Okay. We got Michael Saylor's Strategy reporting $2.8 billion in unrealized profits from its Bitcoin holdings in Q3. Sam Bankman-Fried's Sam Bankman-Fried is quoted saying FTX was never bankrupt, even when its lawyers placed it into bankruptcy. That doesn't make any sense, but sure. Binance founder CZ says many dips along the way. I'm not sure what that means. That is probably the scariest thing about today. This cryptic CZ tweet. Watcher Guru also posted this awesome statistic. Bitcoin price on Halloween 2010, we got 20 cents. 2011, $3.27. 2012, $11. Wow. 2013, 201. 2014, 337. 2015, 312. 2016, $6.99. 2017, $6,369. 2018, $63.32. 2019, $91.72. 2020, $13,537. 2021, $61,837. 2022, $26.24. 2023, $34,494. 2024, $72,250. And this year, 2025, $110,000. Hell yeah. Treasury Secretary Besant. Kevin Hendry said Zcash and virtuals are popping off. Yes, they are. I've been hearing a lot about Zcash. Zcash is popping off. Very cool. Yeah, this thing's been sending it. What's awesome is that nobody cared about this until September, October. Literally, if you would have bought this on October 1st, check this out. This is the beauty about altcoin season. 443%. If you would have put $100, you would have $443. That's pretty awesome. Is that right? Don't quote me on that. It looks great though. It really does. $430.78, and continuing to the upside. It is overbought, but that doesn't mean much. When the bulls are standing behind an asset, then you can pretty much do anything. Virtuals, I'm less familiar with. What's nice about Zcash is its privacy. Virtuals, whoa, 28.56%. See, this could happen to any coin too, which is crazy. Look at this. Look at how bearish this was. People were probably freaking out. You got the October 10th dump and then just chop. And this was the worst thing in the world right here. Everyone was freaking out. And then this thing just went crazy, exploded. And look at this. You got inverse BART and a BART. And right here, everyone was probably opening shorts. Oh my gosh, people were probably opening shorts. Even right there. This is probably a liquidation wick. That's what this is. You got left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This is straight up a BART. And right here, everyone's probably loading up on shorts so hard, especially at this $1.32 or $1.34 support. And it just went bam. Instantly liquidated every single one of them. That's freaking awesome. Beautiful break over the moving average and the RSI. You got a confirmed red dot on market cipher. Guess what? It didn't mean nothing. You got this little retrace and it instantly ate that up right here. Straight up. Up only. That's sick. Treasury Secretary Besant meets with Singapore Prime Minister to increase adoption of crypto and stablecoins. President Trump says he would love to reduce tariffs on China by another 10%. Very cool. It's been pumping for hours, though. Oh, yeah. President Trump says the trade deal with China will be long-lasting. Treasury Secretary Besant says U.S. and China plan to sign a trade deal over the coming week. Steak and Shake, their Bitcoin that they've been accumulating, is apparently going to be placed in their strategic Bitcoin reserve, which is pretty friggin' awesome. Jim Cramer ruined everything by saying, gotta wait till Monday for a bounce in the financial markets. Thank you, Jim Cramer, for ruining our weekend. Treasury Secretary Besant says 17 years after the white paper, Bitcoin network is still operational and more resilient than ever. Bitcoin never shuts down. Very cool. We got more stablecoin mint from Circle, minting another 500 million USDC on Solana. Very cool. Thank you. Marty Party also posted, don't fall for the ignorant facts. Here are the facts. Jerome Powell explicitly confirmed that the Federal Reserve will stop quantitative tightening on December 1st, 2025. Direct confirmation from Powell, October 29th. We will conclude the reduction of our aggregate securities holdings on December 1st. He further clarified, starting December 1st, the Fed will cease allowing securities to roll off the balance sheet under the monthly caps, $35 billion for Treasuries, $25 billion for MBS. The Fed will reinvest all principal payments from maturing agency debt and agency MBS back into agency MBS. Treasury securities will continue to be reinvested as they mature. Very cool. We also apparently have an alleged situation going on in Venezuela and the United States. Caesars Entertainment. Las Vegas has seen 2 million less visitors so far in 2025 compared to 2024. Caesars Entertainment reported 90,000 empty rooms. Consumers are out of money. Yes, they are. Or maybe they're just gambling online. Grocery prices are surging. U.S. grocery prices have risen 5.3% year over year as of July 2025. This one's interesting. Travel to Las Vegas down by 2 million people in 2025. but Wynn Resorts is up 42% year to date, while Caesars is down 39%. The blatant reality: there are two economies in the U.S., rich versus poor, and the gap has never been larger. Interesting. M2 money supply rising 4.5% year over year in September 2025 to a record 22.2 trillion. This marks the 19th consecutive monthly increase. By comparison, the long-term average growth has been 6.3%. Adjusted for inflation, M2 grew 1.4% year over year in September, posting its 13th straight monthly increase. Own assets or be left behind. Yes. Home prices across 20 largest cities rose 0.19% month over month in August. This is the first increase we've seen in quite some time so far this year. So that's getting interesting. The entire world relies on China for rare earths. Brazil imports 97% of its rare earths from China, the most among major global economies. Turkey follows with 93%. And then we got the chart. You guys can look at the chart. The U.S. is number, 6, with 78% of our rare earth minerals imported from China. Zcash surged 375% in October to become the top privacy token amid rising surveillance fears. Monero has lost #1 spot, which is very, very interesting. And we've got Sigma Capital CEO Vineet Budke saying Bitcoin could face a 65 to 70% retracement in the next 2 years, yet still reach 1 million within a decade. I actually agree with that. We've seen it a million times before. I don't know about within a year or the next 2 years. I guess within the next 2 years, that's the bear market. I don't know about 70. 70 seems a little steep, so maybe I don't agree with that at all. Citi and Western Union are leading Wall Street's stablecoin race, with Citi partnering Coinbase on on-chain payments and Western Union building a Solana-based settlement network. Very cool. Elon Musk unveiling XChat, an encrypted messenger similar to Bitcoin. That's a quote. Set to launch within months with no ads or data sharing. Interesting. Thank you, Elon. Bitcoin and its bullish consolidation patterns, or collection of flags, megaphones, and wedges. I mean, I like both options, so it is what it is. Adrian Dittman shared on this day, which is hilarious because it's literally Halloween. 17 years ago, Satoshi Nakamoto published the Bitcoin white paper. Thank you, Satoshi Nakamoto. I was listening to George earlier. He thinks he thinks Satoshi is multiple people. He thinks it's a team of 3 people. He named Hal Finney as one of them. I don't remember the second guy, but the third person he said was Craig Wright. He said he thinks Craig Wright is one of the people that helped create Bitcoin, but he was not given the keys, which is freaking hilarious. That's almost worse than just lying and claiming that you're Satoshi and having nothing to do with it. Because why were you so bad that they were like, well, we're going to create this thing with you, but like, we're not going to give you any of the money. That's crazy. That's actually insane. And then last but not least, we've got Quentin posting, this is the first cycle where Bitcoin completely obliterates altcoins. Every bounce gets sold into. Bitcoin dominance keeps climbing. Liquidity is tight. Institutions focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know about ETH, if I'm being completely honest. Retail is completely out. Alt season needs greed and narratives. Right now, there is only despair. Yeah, we definitely have not seen alt season yet. I got hope now, though, with Zcash and virtuals pumping like that. That's pretty sick. That's telling of a potential alt season coming. So that would be exciting. We'll see what Total 3 looks like. Let's go take a look at Total 2, actually, as well. Total 2, 1.47 trillion. Very nice. Total 2 is holding up really well. Very, very well. See, if this does what virtuals did, we were talking about virtuals with the drop on October 10th and the choppy sideways, and then it went boop. It just instantly recovered, just like that. That's literally how fast it can happen. And no one would have a chance to be like, oh, let me rebuy all my bags that I just sold at the bottom. Imagine selling right here. Imagine you're fed up. Let's say you're an Ondo Maxi. And you're like, I'm so fed up. Ondo's been dumping for a month or whatever, for 3 months. And you sell everything. It's at 69.22. And then it instantly pumps up, even just to like 80. Even just to 80. That is 15-20%. That's a huge chunk that you're not screwed out of. And if you got a couple grand, that's a ton of gains that you just missed out on. The bull market is such a short period of time it is actually insane to me that some people rotate out of their bags entirely. Like, I would literally, they could only go, downside risk is to 0. Upside risk is infinite. So, in my opinion, it's personally, for me, everyone's finances are different. It's more worth it for me to just hold it and risk it going to 0 than to, I don't know, pivot and miss out on what I know is possible. You know, everyone's got their own risk tolerance, though, so I don't blame people. I'm not personally willing to risk missing out. Portfolio follow-up. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio still pretty much where it was at yesterday. Solana still leading the pack in profit. Fetch suffering the worst, down almost $70. 70%, that's crazy. Solana's actually up 11, which is pretty good. The Memecoin portfolio also suffering pretty much just as bad. It's actually looks like it's recovered quite a bit today, which is very interesting. I wonder why. What out of this is pumping? They're all down on a 7-day. It went from 600 to, I guess 600 to 609 is kind of nothing, so never mind. Okay, it's showing me 24-hour. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not doing as bad as it was yesterday. It's slightly better. We've got GigaChad still down $150. Doge is only down 40, so that's pretty decent. I think that's 8%. Then we've got our narrative portfolio, my favorite, only down $47. This also pumped, and I believe it's because of Tau. Tau, for some reason, has been ripping as well. I don't know why. Very, very nice performance. See, these random coins pumping like this leads me to believe that we might actually be getting ready to enter some semblance of alt season. And I could be wrong, but we were at like max desperation. 33. See, I don't think 33 is accurate. I really don't. I think people have completely exited the market. I really do. It should be as low as it's ever been. Give me the year. Yeah, how are we not at 10 right now? That actually blows my mind. Alt season, and I see the fact that alt season was completely just like ripcorded out from under us blows my mind as well. Yeah, look at the volume increase along with the price. This is beautiful. Tau is sending it. Completely sending it. Everything else is kind of slow and quiet. It does make you think, though. It really does. Whoops. All right, so Tau leading the pack up $77. Pepe is only down $6. Mana's down 18. VeChain is down 42. And Fetch is down 60. Fetch is down 60. And then we've got our perfect entry portfolio. Holding up pretty well. Only down $187. Let's see. Chainlink and Solana are in profit. Chainlink up 14. Solana's up 3. ETH is only down 1. Avalanche is down 47. Render's down 45. Graph is down 32. Pith is down 31. Sui is down 23. Ondo's down 23. Crow is down 6. And ETH is down 1. This right here, this portfolio, only being down like 18 point something percent versus everything else is the power of timing your buys when there's like peak fear. This is the perfect illustration of that. Meanwhile, this is down 40%. Eventually, they're probably all going to even out. And it's also, I'm worried that the Memecoin portfolio is going to outperform everything, but it would be a good observation. All of these were, I think, $1,000 portfolios at one time, besides the narrative portfolio. Narrative portfolio was only a $500 portfolio. So, we'll see what everything works out to be. Bitcoin, 110, 293, and 41 cents. Let's see if this thing just absolutely explodes the upside overnight. I really do think that's possible. I do. It might happen at midnight. It might happen in 3 minutes. Should we stay on? I'm interested to find out. 110, 277, and 23 cents. Yeah, there's certain alts that are kind of doing really well. Yeah, Virtuals, Tau, Dash, and Zcash. See, I figured Dash was going to start doing good because it's also privacy. Aster, people were freaking out about Aster. And it looks fine. Yeah, George was like losing it about Aster on his stream. And I was like, what is happening? And I checked the chart, which was hours later, of course. But it seemed fine to me. This is what happens, though. Unfortunately, people buy the hype. It gets up here, and they buy, and then they're like, oh, buy the dip. And now they're all going to sell, and it's going to go, whoop. It's going to do the exact same thing over and over again. Rinse, repeat. It's interesting to watch it play out, though. It really is. Market psychology is probably going to be... I feel like getting into finances and investing and stuff like that is becoming so normal that there's going to be jobs specifically geared around like treating people that are in finances. Like there's going to be like psychology, and then there's going to be like stock market psychology. People are going to study that, and they're going to like treat stockbrokers and cryptocurrency. There's going to be like investor psychology, where you like just sit down and they're like, you're going to be like, at therapy, you're going to be like, and then Bitcoin fell below 100K, and altcoins fell like 80%. And the investor therapist is going to be like, And how did that make you feel when that happened? And you're going to be like the market maker just hates me, man. It's going to be crazy. It'll be a fun bit. I should film that. But yeah, Aster, it was incredibly hyped up. And hyped up stuff eventually comes down and takes a little breather. Ether 5, never even heard of this one. Bonk is interesting. Ton, HBAR. HBAR is also one of the ETF coins, so that makes a little bit of sense. Aave being up is quite interesting. Trust wallet token, what do you even do with that? Pith, ICP, Pith. I feel like Pith is probably going to have a big pump soon, just because Chainlink is getting all the love for oracles. And I believe that this is an oracle too, is it not? And yeah, it kind of looks like doo-doo. So, what do we got? That's it, 617 million. This is like a micro cap now. What happened? Whoa, it's down like 90% from its all-time high. Holy crap. That's crazy. See, guys, this is another example. Very similar to Aster. You got to be careful with the flavor of the week coins. You can buy some. Just a little bit, though. Don't overexpose yourself, because then when they crash down this much, you could have gotten so much more. If you would have put $100 into this at $1, you would only have 100. You put $100 into this now, you'd have 1,000. That's the difference between waiting a year. And I know a year's a long time. Maybe you don't have to wait a year every time. Aster pumped and dumped, just the same. You don't have to wait a year for Aster. Check this one out. I mean, I don't think it's down 90%, but still. It was $2.41. It's at $1 right now. That's what? 50, 60%? So you could have gotten, you put $100 into this, you get 50. You put $100 into it right now, you get 100. That's the difference. You literally double your bags, double your holdings. Just by waiting a month. This was in September. Now it's October. Or November. I guess it's November now, so 2 months. That's the difference. That's the 2-month difference. And it's still $2 billion market cap. It's number 45. This thing's probably going to go... I think if this alt season is anything like last alt season, Aster is probably going to pop in and out of the top 10 several times. If it's similar. It might not be similar at all. It might be completely different. So far, it's been pretty dang different. But as far as I'm concerned, Aster and Hyperliquid should be relatively the same. They both do the same thing. Aster with the market cap of Hype would be 5.81x. It would be $5.89. That's pretty dang good. Just saying. Oh, yeah. Alright, it is past midnight. Bitcoin has not exploded to the upside, so I'm going to call it an evening. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Friday. Happy Halloween. Tomorrow is going to be probably a similar situation. Late night chill and chill. So, Sunday, we should be back to our regularly scheduled programming. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be. So, As always, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I'll hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Happy Friday. Smash the like button on your way out, and good night.